welcome back to the Chaotic Kitchen. Tonight we are going to be making a simple yet delicious dinner, classic tuna noodle casserole. And let's get started. What we are going to start with first is I'm going to add some butter into my pan here. And I did want to let everybody know I always have the ingredients and the description, the instructions in the description. So if you just click where it says more, it'll take you in there and it'll show you all that. But we're going to need a medium to large onion, chopped, diced. Anyway, that's going to go in here. You can skip this step. I just prefer, I don't like the onions and the celery to be mushy. I still want them to be a little crisp, but if I don't do this step, it seems like it's too crisp. But you can do, you don't have to do this. I've done it without doing this before. And I am using celery with my onion today. If you don't have celery, you can also use green pepper. That's a great substitute. Anyway, we're just going to give that a minute to soften up. And while that is working on that, you will want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And we are going to be using a 12-ounce bag of white egg noodles. So you can go ahead, and I have prepared my egg noodles for the sake of time. You just want to go ahead and bring a pot of water up to boil, and then add in your noodles and cook them to package directions. Drain it, rinse it with cold water, and then we're going to add it into the mix here in a minute once we get our vegetables softened just a little bit. Not, like I said, I'm not looking to get them like mushy or anything like that. I still like a little bit of bite to them. That, you know, would depend on how you all like it. You also are going to need a can of cream of mushroom, and you can either use 2 cans of cream of mushroom, or you can use a can of cream of mushroom and a can of cream of chicken. I'm going to use cream of mushroom and a cream of celery. Pretty much cream of anything is going to work here. Okay, this is going pretty fast here. Okay, also I have opened and drained 4 cans of the smaller tunas that are in water. Let me show you actually. 4 of these. I have drained these and added them into a bowl so they'll be ready to go. And you don't have to use 4, you can use 3, but I don't feel like there's enough in there to taste it sometimes. So, the tuna, and then you are also going to need some milk. We also are going to need some minced garlic. We'll go ahead and put that in there now. Not a bunch, but about like that. That probably does look like a bunch, but it evens out throughout the dish. Okay. We're just going to stir this probably for another 30 to 60 seconds, just long enough for the garlic to get in there and get fragrant, and then we're going to take this off. This is ready to add to everything else. You also are going to want a 9x13 casserole dish, and you're going to want to spray it. Okay. I'm going to call that. Get that out of our way a little bit. Pull this over here. Okay, so we want to begin with our soups. Add those into a bowl. Okay, and then we are going to do about half of a cup of milk. ahead and give that a stir. Okay, we want to go ahead and add in our tuna that has been drained. Okay, and we want to go ahead and add in our veggies as well. Now go ahead and give that a good mix. It may not look appetizing at the moment, but it turns out really good. Okay, once we got that stirred up, let's go ahead and move on to, we want to add about a half of a teaspoon of black pepper. And probably a half a teaspoon of salt. You can add less if you'd like. That's to taste. Okay, and then we are going to add a little bit of onion powder. It's probably maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. And the same with garlic powder. Okay, now we are also going to add in 1.5 to 2 cups of cheese, depending on how much you like. Now you can add cheddar, Colby Jack, pepper jack. I'm actually going to do a mixture of pepper jack and Colby Jack for going inside the mixture. And we're also going to have some that we put on top, and so we want to make sure, keep that in mind when we're adding it into the mix. Okay, that in there. And now, add in these beautiful noodles. Get all that mixed in. If I can do this without dumping it everywhere. Oh my. I need a bigger bowl. I have to do this. Just kind of smush it down in there, kind of help get it to mix better. If it seems a little dry, you can go ahead and add in another half a can of milk, which mine does seem pretty dry because once it's in the oven baking, it's going to continue to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and add another half a can of milk. Try to get the rest of these noodles in here. This is the biggest bowl I have, so it's got to work. So we're just going to give it a good mix, and then we're going to put it in our prepared 9x13 casserole dish. If you do not want to use celery or green pepper, the classic version is using a bag of frozen peas, and you would just throw those in there. Make sure you're really getting it from the bottom, so you're getting it good and mixed, but you don't want, you know, patchy spots of just noodle and no flavor. Okay. And there we go. Okay. Let's bring in the casserole dish a little closer because I don't want to dump it everywhere. Hopefully they don't. Okay. Let's go ahead and get her dumped in there. And of course, if I haven't said it yet on this video, if you're not making messes in the kitchen, then you're not used to being in my kitchen. That's where I end up cleaning up the mess, though, you know, while it's baking. Okay, go ahead and make that as level as you can all throughout your dish. Okay, now, next step is go ahead and add some more cheese to the top layer. And again, just measure with your heart. I'm probably, I don't know, this is probably another cup and a half. But you do what you prefer, if you'd like to use more or less. And really, whatever kind of cheese you would like. There we go. Now, you can put this in the oven at 375 for 25 to 30 minutes now, or we can do one more step. Hold on 1 second, please. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to melt my butter. I thought I already had it done. Now, like I said, this step is optional, but it is really good. I've had it with or without. And what it is, take a sleeve of Ritz crackers, crush it up in about a half a stick of butter, melt it, stir it, and then we're just going to layer it across the top. It gives it a nice little crunchy, buttery topping. This smells really good. Do you all like tuna casserole? You guys do it way different? Maybe leave me some tips in the comments of where you all are from and how you do it. I know different areas, you know, definitely do it, have their different ways. Okay. You don't have to use all of it. You can use all of it. Just, you don't have to use any of it. But we are going to put this in the oven at 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes, uncovered. And I will be back to show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, and we're back. I just took this out of the oven. It cooked for 30 minutes at 375 degrees. I have let it sit here for almost 10 minutes to cool so that I can give you guys a look at how delicious this is. It smells so good. If you like tuna casserole, you'll like this. A little salt, a little pepper. You can also add a little spice, like a little cayenne or something, if you like that. Make sure I did this okay. That's good. You could serve that with a side of like maybe some cheese bread or just garlic bread. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying my channel at all and you'd like to help support my channel, please give a like, please subscribe, share with your friends. There's also, you could buy me a coffee. I do like my coffee. There's a link down below in the description along with the full recipe. But I hope you guys make this. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.